Hello everyone and welcome to the part 2 factory playthrough of the Might and Magic map. It's week 3 onwards, and in this part you'll see all the great stuff you saw in the part 1, such as thinking for long and still making many mistakes. Buckle up and let's get into it. And I finally built Gantry just about one day later than I actually wanted it to be built. But I already expressed my displeasure with this fact in the part 1. I think right now I'm trying to calculate if I will have enough gold to upgrade giants next day. So I checked, and I saw that Floribert has a chest with gold and a couple of gold pieces. Well, a chest was without gold, unfortunately. But I still should have enough gold to upgrade giants. And also checking to see if I have enough experience. Soon I will reach another prison, and I really wanna have level 20 by that time. It's a very similar fight to the one we had to win to exit our home zone, right? Same number of nomads and kinda actually quite similar battlefield layout. The problem for nomads is that our army is actually quite a bit better at this time. So I actually almost feel bad for them. And the hero is also a bit stronger. And I'm level 19 already. Need 7 extra thousands of experience. Should be fairly easy to gain. I actually missed this hut with Floribert, right? Okay. I visited. Spent 1 extra move for that. A very minor mistake. Dude, these rogues almost killed the Coatl. I actually did not expect them to be this close to success. Okay, most fights here are pretty easy, but the genies below will be quite something. That's for sure. That will be a pretty difficult fight. Maybe it won't come across like that. I don't know. Definitely a bigger challenge. Once again, using the same technique I already used multiple times, using a Coatl or some other fast unit to bait enemies go in the wrong direction, and well, you can see the result there. They will be fighting the Juggernaut, whom, if I end up losing, I will always be able to repair with my engineers. So it's a very safe setup. And also my army. As you can see, my shooters are just killing things, especially halflings. Even though I have 8 titans by this time, which is a formidable force, honestly. My halflings are still the best unit, even though I'm fighting with Floribert, not even with Henrietta. Just imagine how strong they are in her hands. Okay, that I won't be skipping them for now, I don't think. Or will I? Okay, I will be skipping them. I'll come back. I will come back later for them then. I should have level 20 by now, right? I think I do. So that's gonna be my 4th hero there. few firebirds. Also a very nice find. And as you remember, we have a hill fort, so these firebirds will eventually be upgraded to phoenixes. And phoenixes are just as bad as quattles in terms of combat, but they are not actually as useless. Quattles are, as I already mentioned, their only selling point is their special ability, which is very situational, but sometimes useful. And phoenixes are actually, I would say, a bit better for this map anyway. Not for the main army though, that's for sure. They would only be damaging my morale here. Storm elementals above guard haste, just for your information, but there are quite a few of them. And also going there is a bit off of my intended path, so I intend to go south from here. Well, that was a mistake. Shouldn't have taken the Titans, of all things. Titans was the only unit that would make Eanswythe, this new hero, to take penalty, movement penalty on Wastelands, so that was kinda dumb. Should have given maybe Quattles. 2 Quattles should be more than enough to take the catacombs. So I hope you kind of learn from my mistakes, those which at least I myself don't miss. Okay, now this fight, the genies fight. I mean, it's pretty tricky. They are very dangerous, as you know. So I'd say it's the most difficult fight until this point, and I think I was a bit lucky, for sure. Genies are, overall, I'd say, very, very strong unit. I mean, they're not spectacular by level 5 standards, for sure. Also unupgraded, obviously. They're probably one of the worst units, but fighting them is not easy. They're flyers, they don't have a large size, they have decent speed also, so I'm guarding the Titans here, trying to avoid being hit. One of the worst thing about Genius is that they hit very strong. Very, very strong. So basically my only hope here is to avoid taking hits. As I already mentioned, basically that's what this game is about. In terms of tactics, obviously. Okay, four hit points left on the Quattro. Very fortunate. Okay, maybe it was not the most difficult fight, but definitely it was... they posed the biggest threat of all fights I took, due to their mobility. So in most other fights, like against dreadnoughts, against nomads, against golems, I could manipulate either the battlefield or, in case with golems, I could pull them back. Now genies have higher speed, so it's harder to pull them back. And also, if I wanted to pull back an entire stack of genies, they would just kill whatever I used to pull them back, so... there are many drawbacks to all these things, right? And their ability to fly also makes it much more difficult to fight them. So I'm actually very happy with the way this fight went. So, and army is back to Henrietta. And it's time for us to, well, maybe not just yet at the time, but it's close enough. We'll be soon fighting for the second town, which is Arcadia. Personally, when I played Inferno for the first time, this map, the previous version of this map, I actually enjoyed taking towns quite a bit in that one as well. And in this version also, these fights are pretty cool. They pose somewhat a unique challenge. I mean, not unique, obviously. Not unique in like global sense, but in terms of a single map experience. Okay, not a particularly great building to make. Meteor shower though could be useful for sure, but nothing to be too happy about. Also, it just dawned on me that most of my heroes even won't be able to learn it. Only the fourth hero with a weird name would be able to learn this spell, so kind of a bad building. Okay, so another rather easy fight, and in case you don't remember from where I got haste, comes from the Tome of Air Magic. So that's very, very nice. And so Floribert will pass army back to Henrietta now. After taking this detour to take the gold mine, okay, whatever I am doing with this old lady here, I don't think is smart, if I am completely honest with you. So she doesn't have pathfinding, and she has gold golems, meaning that she takes movement penalty, and that's not great. Okay, and I could use her actually to unlock other heroes who require level 20. So that's a missed opportunity. For sure. Okay, very similar fights. Unfortunately, we cannot skip them, but fortunately they are pretty fast. Okay, it offers fire magic again. And right now I don't remember what was the 8th skill and which skills I even considered. Okay, there we see another hero. Also level 20 requirement. So Henrietta will not be able to free that hero, but we will be able to free that hero with either Floribert or Eanswythe, whatever. This old lady, I will be calling her old lady, okay? And I don't have anything against old ladies, but her name is just a mouthful for me. So I need to haste someone to finish one of the stacks. Otherwise I would take a hit. So what do we want to take here? Oh man. That's a lot of damage for just 3 knights, okay? Maybe I could have used coatls a bit better here, but it's still fine. Should be fine anyway. Okay, expert air magic. Nice to have, especially because we have a Tome of air magic. Okay, extra morale, always good. And obviously I can't open it. I don't know what I was hoping for here. I of course knew that the quest guard requires level 20. I must have forgotten that I was controlling Henrietta, who's not level 20 yet. So, if I recall correctly, at this point I was thinking which units I would want to reinforce if I don't have to upgrade them in a hill fort. And so I was thinking, based on that, which unit I would prefer to upgrade. And I chose automatons. I think it's a reasonable choice. They are definitely a solid unit. Having no retaliation is very nice, and also keep in mind that they are mechanical, so they can be repaired by engineers. And we will abuse it to our heart's content. Now that's annoying, and so I actually went there to kill the guards. But taking this detour is kind of less than ideal. Okay, it's less than ideal. Okay, another hero. This one does not have a level requirement. But he's also level 12, not level 20. At the same time, this hero is quite important. Quite important. And that's because he has the scholar skill, which is quite important. So this hero will be teaching everyone the spells I will be unlocking. Of course, provided that other heroes satisfy wisdom requirements, obviously. Not every hero in our roster will be smart enough, unfortunately. We'll do some fighting with Bertram, because we need to develop the scholar skill and maybe some others. I don't remember exactly, but we obviously first and the most important, we need to finish developing scholar. Oopsie daisy. Imagine us taking this fight early on. Okay, I didn't realize that I didn't edit this fight. I don't think I replayed it many times, but we'll see. Yeah, so basically the idea is to take away as much movement from these, and yeah, it's not a problem that they attack mechanical units, that is. Okay. It's not too bad. Also, we got a couple of decent skills. But maybe we shouldn't have taken them. Maybe. I mean, The downside to taking a new skill, even a good skill, is always that it results in leveling your other skills a bit slower. I don't know for what reason. I mean, I mentioned it already, but why do I really want to build and upgrade this dude? I have no idea. Okay, we got our first Statue of Legion piece. If I don't mess up and finish the week with this piece stationed in a town, we get, what, 5 extra engineers? Not terribly useless. Not particularly exciting either. So we'll do some off fighting with Floribert. And also Floribert doesn't have a tent here. A bit annoying. For whatever reason, this worm didn't eat a corpse, though that's kind of weird. But I'm not complaining. And we went there for this nice dragon. Got some gold before I actually engage him, because I need gold to get him hired. This dragon will be useful for sure. A very nice unit to tank damage. And on Floribert with a 10, he's gonna have up to 1000 health points. Very, very solid. Now, fighting automatons is always somewhat tricky, because you don't want them to explode in your face, like here. But if you can avoid doing that, then that works out pretty well. So we'll now chain army back to, well, not chain, pass army back to Henrietta. And so we are storming the Arcadia. The garrison is modest. Obviously the biggest danger are halflings. And well, I'm happy to have quattles here. Upgraded quattles. They give me 1 turn free damage. That's wonderful. So it's a pretty easy fight, all things considered. They are not likely to attack automatons there, so I'm not concerned about losing anything here. Okay, they did actually, and they killed one. Oh well. Maybe I should have been concerned. Maybe I should have been. Well, well, well. So we got second town. And of course we want to take the third town now. The capital. Okay, this fight shouldn't be difficult. Particularly difficult, but I mean that's 350 seamen, so that's kinda an impressive number. Will require some care. And I will actually even cast spells here. And just look at how much damage halflings deal. That's just crazy, dude. 313. Killed an entire stack of 270. So that's like more than 10 damage per unit. Maybe about 13. So obviously it was thanks to luck. But still it's very impressive. And also don't forget that luck is a feature of halflings, because they get bonus luck. So it would not be totally fair to count luck out when we talk about halflings. Just like it would not be totally fair to not consider morale for when we talk about minotaurs, for example, who also have guaranteed positive morale, unless of course not guaranteed in a sense that yes, it's not guaranteed on cursed ground and with the spirit of oppression. So I think it's a fairly obvious choice here. We want to take the basic offense. Okay. Now we will take care of whatever is left from whatever is left to be taken care of in the homeland. I mean, whatever is easy to reach, at least. Or will I take care of them? I'm not sure. Honestly, thinking back, I don't recall that I used Henrietta for that, but if I did, I think it was a mistake. I wouldn't do it if I were to replay this. Because I don't want to be wasting her time. And I want her to take the capital as soon as possible. I keep satyrs and armadillos back, hoping that dragons would not be engaging on my side. And they did, but luckily they... not entirely based on luck, obviously. Enchanters are a pretty strong unit, so they definitely... dragons were definitely concerned about their retaliation, and that's why they chose to attack armadillos. So I actually used Henrietta, huh? Okay, that's... I think that's mistake. Obviously mistake. And if I planned it better, I definitely could have avoided making it. So if I were to replay this, I would move one of my other heroes in position for doing what Henrietta is doing right now. Oh, come on, I hope I won't be doing it. Okay, I actually did this. I mean, she has pathfinding, so it doesn't... cost me that much in terms of my speed, but I think it's definitely a mistake. And I'd say it's a rather big mistake. So I would actually prefer to put someone in that position. Some of the other heroes, they don't necessarily have good stuff to do otherwise. Someone with pathfinding would be a perfect fit, so Floribird is the best. So if I could do that with Floribird, and I think I could, honestly. And if need be, I could use other heroes to chain the troops from Floribird to Henrietta. When he does these things. So definitely missed a day or two in terms of speed here. So I was considering taking some units away from Henrietta to make sure I don't lose anything in the mansion, but I figured that I have expert haste, so in the worst case I'll just use it and definitely won't lose anything. Interesting. I'm putting Floribert there as if I actually intend to use him to take the capital. Which honestly I don't remember doing it. But maybe okay. I don't want to spoil something by accident, and I commented as if I didn't play this. As if it's not me playing. Well, that's funny. Okay, I mean, I think I know what's gonna happen, so I think I'm planning to use Flutterbird to sweep to the town from the right side, from the left side. So that's why he's in an advanced position here. A pretty good helmet. It's very conveniently day 1 of the week 4, so we'll be visiting stables here. Generally speaking, stables is very helpful, but since their nerf, a stables results in a 2100 bonus movement points, best case scenario. So obviously you don't want to take a long detour just to visit stables, but it's worthwhile to visit them early during the week, and if you don't have to spend like an entire turn to do that. And we'll join another hero. Okay. And this is also a quite important hero. He also has an important skill, and that's diplomacy. Although, honestly, diplomacy is not that important. It's not that strong on this map. Most of the better units have a reduced higher ratio. For example, archangels. Normally you would actually like to have archangels in your army, right? But they will be hiring at 1:4 ratio, so basically you'll pay a price for 4 archangels and only 1 will join you. So that's kind of, in my opinion, it's way too expensive even for archangels, who I think is the best unit in the game, hands down. Although I did use diplomacy very actively when I was playing Inferno, but that was only to hire low-level creatures who actually join at normal rates or close to normal. And well, I was doing it to obviously to get some demon meat. Not particularly obvious how you'd use diplomacy. I mean, it's obvious now that I hover over neutral units here, right? So I definitely want to hire halflings, as you can tell, and some other units of factory for sure. But for example, I don't really want to hire dreadnoughts. Paying double for them doesn't sound particularly enticing. So I think this is the fight when we'll see kind of a trend. Maybe not. At least that's my perception. And the trend is I'll be throwing away mechanical units. Kind of intentionally setting them up to be killed. And well, by mechanical units I mean automatons, obviously. Oh man, they killed the ammo cart. Damn it. So at this point I want to end Floribert's turn on the pocket, whatever this thing is called, next to satires. And so that's my plan. Obviously I don't want to waste many movement points doing that. So I could hire satires, if you recall, but as I I wouldn't say suggested, but maybe, as you may have already assumed based on my assessment of diplomacy here, I don't intend to hire any useless units, honestly. Not many. Okay, I need to leave one slot open, so that he could actually hire something. And by something I mean halflings, obviously. Bounty hunters, on the other hand, I think are not worth the money. And I don't have money, so that's kind of that's a small detail that actually absolves me from the necessity to decide whether I want to hire them or don't. Okay, just wanna take +2 there. Now Flurrybird has a buttload of movement points. Nice. He can move. Now he can actually move. Man, I love these buckets. Oopsie daisy. Could have just activated the ability as well to play it safe, and that would be more than enough. I don't know honestly why I decided not to. Seems unnecessary. So now I want to pass army back to Melchior, that's the dude with diplomacy, so that he could hire the other halflings. Okay, that Now I'm curious if I misplayed it here in some way. Okay, if that's the way I did, then I didn't. That's fine. Okay, just checking if they join. And they do. And that's kind of a lucky thing. These join for free. Apparently, it should be unintended. Kind of a bad part about Heroes 3 editor is that you cannot define default neutral creature settings like never join for free or even never join, okay, like aggressiveness level. So that's annoying, honestly. I can't imagine, I mean, just looking at how many neutral creatures are on every map, and normally you would want to configure every one of them, because default settings are just not particularly great, okay. So, okay, I feel bad for map makers. Okay, Floribird cleared the road for Henrietta, and she's gonna be taking a fight, and that fight is actually I think it's pretty cool. The capital is much better guarded than the second town was. And our army is, I mean, it changed. We joined 2 halfling stacks and also some automatons. We don't use automatons though yet. They are not upgraded. So they are not with the army, as well as 1 of halfling stacks, right? So even though army became a bit stronger, it's not like significantly stronger. And that's the 7th hero. Another wise dude, a spellcaster. I'll be using him. Agar looks like a pretty chill dude. So Bertram prepares to go into the wilds because I need him to develop his scholar. Unfortunately, he's gonna be traversing wastelands to do that. And he doesn't have pathfinding. So that's a bit unfortunate, but still, I don't need him for much beyond that. Okay, Henrietta. The time has come. You need to deal with this town. As you can see, the guard is kind of actually impressive. And also it's a castle with 3 towers, so this will be dealing damage to me. Okay. Defenders took a bait. I placed automatons in within reach for this exact reason. Also hypnotize on mercenaries or whatever these guys, headhunters. I put them to block path for dreadnoughts. So now we'll be rounding this fight up. I need to repair automatons yet. So that's exactly what I will do. Also, I need to move them back so that dreadnoughts don't reach. And I will also use this to remove retaliation. Okay, we lost 23 halflings. Pretty happy about it. I think it was a very decent fight. Now at this point, when we took control of all 3 towns in our biome, we need to move out. So there are 3 one-way portals. I think it's the same way and the same 3 portals for every player. And so we need to decide which portal we want to take. And unless you know where they lead, I don't think you actually can assess properly which one you want to take. So in my case I do, and I'm gonna go for the blue portal. Also, I forgot to mention, I put Sam on this hole before and I thought about it, but I forgot to say. So what I did there with Sam was a mistake, unfortunately. Because right now I'm thinking to actually go in the direction where she is standing, and she blocks the way. And also she blocks the way, like I even moved her back to stand on this dig spot. So definitely suboptimal play there. In general, I don't plot like too many moves ahead, so because of that, things like that happen sometimes. I think I will still get out of this mistake, but overall it's annoying. I have to use Agar here to help chaining units back from Floribert to Henrietta. When Floribert finishes, and also I don't know, I'm not sure he actually even gets to finish what he needs to do there. So as you can see, it becomes kinda easy to deal with most fights if we just blatantly put automatons under attack. Checking the movement points remaining so that she can move away and not block way for Floribert. So Floribert is already running out of movement points, and he didn't kill the guard, and he doesn't collect boots. I don't think he does. Maybe he does, I don't remember exactly, but definitely very sad that it comes to it. If Floribert could spend his remaining movement points from the last turn, it would unlikely be an issue. Okay, they go down. That's a product of Juggernaut blocking way to automatons. So they decided that it's safe for them to do that. And oh boy, Halfling's doing amazing job. And that's where we finish. I'll leave the resolution of the boots debacle for the next part. See you in the next one. Bye.